What's up, everybody, and welcome back into another episode of the Sackcess podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony Rivardo, with my co-host, Stanley McClover-Lucci. Happy to have you back on here discussing the top pass rushers in Week 14, breaking down the art of the sack. Lucci, how you doing today, my friend?
Man, I'm doing good, Anthony, man. Doing great. Man, old Spider Burns on the bye week this week, so I got a good chance to sit and watch some DNs this week. And it was a nice, very interesting list, like we were talking about off camera, man. It was a lot of new names popping up. And as you can see, more stars are starting to develop towards the end of the year. And that's really when it matters, when you start seeing who's hot towards the end. That's the names that you remember going into next year.
That's for sure. Like you said, very interesting names on this week's list. A lot of underdogs, and we like to give our flowers to the underdogs and talk about the guys who don't get talked about enough. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. We've also got a couple stars in there, but we'll start off bottom of the list with a mega star, the OG, Von Miller.
Wow. Hey, when I seen Von Miller on the sack report, it's like, whoa, he's still cooking. I know he was still playing, but sometimes out of sight, out of mind, and Washington don't have a lot of national games. So when I kind of sort of forget that he's still playing. So to see him check in, man, that's one time for the OG for real. We all look up to Von, including myself as a DN. Always was a great pass rusher. Always came up at played big in great moments in the game where it mattered the most. So man, shouts out to you, Von Miller, for being successful. Good job,
Yes,
OG.
sir. That's right. Von Miller, one of the most clutch players, I think, defensively, probably in NFL history. If you
Yeah, he
look
very
back on the
clutch.
big moments, yeah, I mean, that's a Hall of Fame resume that he put
Hmm.
together in his career. He's going to Canton one day, and
Yes,
he's
sir.
just continues to play at a high level. I mean, he's been in the league over a decade now, and just every year, he's been on a couple teams in recent years. He isn't exactly an every down player at this point, but he's still, when he is on the field, you got to know where
He's
he's
still
at, and you got
dangerous.
to account for
Yes.
him. Exactly. So,
I agree,
Von
man.
Miller.
And then just having a guy like that on your team to bring leadership on the
Oh, yeah.
sideline and just give you that championship pedigree that you're gonna need at the end and that you need as a leader on the defense. So he still serves a very valuable purpose in the NFL, man. It's good. The NFL is a better league when Von Miller's at playing. So we're gonna appreciate him while he's still here, man, for sure.
For sure. And he is a leader. You're talking about his leadership and what he provides to Washington. That's big time. But, even the way he gives flowers to other pass rushers, I saw he was on a podcast and put out a list of his favorite pass rushers around the NFL. And I think that's leadership in its own way, to go out
Hmm.
there and use your voice to kind of highlight some of the other players. Everybody knows Von Miller. Not everybody knows some of the other top pass rushers. So I thought it was cool that he went on the podcast this week and just kind of gave flowers out to some of the best younger pass rushers and gave them the spotlight. I thought that was pretty cool.
Super dope, super dope. Salute, man. Salute to you, Von Miller, man. Keep going, keep balling, OG.
No doubt. Let's move over to Nakobe Dean had a sack of the Philadelphia Eagles on that Monday night game. That Monday night game was a fun one to watch. Super defensive matchup. I mean, if you love defense, if you love pass rush, that was a good one to watch. There was a lot of sacks in that
Yes,
game, some turnovers. The defenses balled in that one, and defense came up big for the Chargers at the end of the game, won them the game. But Nakobe Dean on the Philadelphia, he had himself a sack. I like Nakobe Dean. How do you feel about him, Lucci?
me too, bro. And you made a great point. That game was off the chain, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was an exciting game, very physical. I mean, it was. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. And actually, when Dean got the sack, I felt like it was a very very nice sack, very clean sack. I always liked him, bro. Always stood out to me with in that number 17. He's always just stood out to me on the field, and he's a great player. He's a ball player. Very athletic, very fast, a big guy. I think people don't look at how big he is. He is very big for his position. So I love what I see out of him, man. And good job, N'Kobe, for being successful, man. You're getting on this list and you're making big time sacks in the game where it was needed the most. So shots out to you, man. Shots out.
That's right. And still in that Monday Night Football game over on the other side with the Chargers, Odafe Owe had a sack as well. He's a player that I think you could label him an underdog, one of those guys that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get enough of
Mm-hmm.
credit for how great he's been throughout his career. So Owe getting the sack for the Chargers.
I agree, man. Sort of like another journeyman. Started over there in Baltimore. Now he's over here with the Chargers. But I like it, man. I think he's a good player, good rotational guy, a guy that's gonna definitely give you some pressure off the edge for sure. He has the length, he got the quickness. I like him. I like what he brings to the table, man. And it's good to see him making plays out there.
For sure. And we're talking about a couple edge rushers now, moving over to the interior defensive line for the next guy on the
Hmm.
list, and that's going to be Jeffrey Simmons, one of the best interior defenders in football. Jeffrey Simmons, he's been playing at a really high level this season. The Titans overlooked not having the year that they wanted to have, but Simmons, he's been balling. And as a result of his team maybe not being as good, he's not getting as much attention as he deserves. So that's why we got to give Jeffrey Simmons his flowers, because he's one of the best at doing it year in, year out. But this year, he's really been playing at a super high level.
I totally agree with you, Anthony. I mean, God, he play at a high level, and he always consistently playing at a high level, no matter what they say about him. He could be they could speak on his injuries or whatever the case may be, but when he's on the field, he's completely dominant. And he's one of the top D tackles in our league. The way he rushed the passer, the way he stops the run, I mean he's a dog out there. He talks trash. And he's a man's man on the field, and you will love that. And you're right. They don't win a lot over there. They haven't been winning a lot this year. So what he's doing is been kind of getting downplayed, and that's sad. But at the end of the day, man, he deserves his flowers. Jeffrey Simmons, man, you dogging it out, man. You a big dog. You dogging out the offensive line every week. You doing your thing, man. Shouts out to you for being successful, brother. Keep balling, for sure.
Yes, sir. Jeffrey Simmons, one of my favorite interior defenders to watch. Now, talking about another interior defensive lineman who had a sack and a half, that's Byron Young. Not Byron Young on the Rams, not the edge rusher, but the interior defensive lineman on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I want to give extra special shout out to him and credit, because doing some research on him, he missed all of the 2024 season on injured reserve, came back
Wow.
2025, and now he's having himself a good season with
Wow.
Philadelphia. So any of those guys that bounce back from an injury, really battle to get back on the field and make an impact, you got to give them extra credit.
Yes, sir. And being at the D tackle position, getting on the sack list. Again, that's not their job. Their job is to stop the run. Those guys are known for that. So when you can get a sack, it's like icing on the cake. So that's a great thing. And man, like you said, coming back after an injury and being productive and getting back to that level where you feel like you can dominate, it's a mind thing and it's physical. So having both of those things collide is we're getting to see what we're seeing now is production.
For sure. That's really cool. I love watching or reading about stories where players battle back from those injuries and get back on
Yeah.
the field and play their best ball. So that's always great. And another Philadelphia Eagle in this one. A lot of Eagles on the list this week. They
I
had a
see,
sack
bro.
party over in Los Angeles against the Chargers on Monday night. So Jordan Davis also ended up with a sack and a half.
Big dog, big Jordan, boy. That boy there. Hey, that's a big man, bro. That's a big man. And he's so good at what he does, man. Rushing the passer up the middle of the field. He's the guy that uses his length to the full to his full potential, man. He got so many knockdown pass deflections. I don't know the count, but I know he's got to be up there high, man. I mean, he's trained to do that. So to see him get his name in on the sack list, that's even more impressive. I was watching the game. He's very active. He was sniffing around the quarterback all night. So it was only a matter of time before he got home. So he definitely got home.
Yeah, he has 6 pass breakups, pass deflections this year. So definitely,
Wow.
like you mentioned, getting his hands up in the
He
passing
getting his
lane.
hands up, man. That's
Yep.
up there with the top guys. So
Yeah.
that goes to
That's an
show you, man.
underrated trait for a pass rusher to be able
Yes,
to
sir.
get in those passing lanes and knock that ball down.
I agree, brother. That's what you call. That's just like hitting the quarterback soon as right before he throws the ball and the ball just pops up and go out of bounds. It's a killed play. It's over with. You can't do nothing after that. So that play is still a great play to have, even though you might not get the sack, but that's
Hmm.
completely stopping the play and causing the offense to go to the next down immediately.
Totally. Yeah. Other ways to impact the game outside of sacks. We are the Sackcess podcast. We like to break down the art of the sack, but there's a lot of ways that these pass rushers can impact the game. And batted down passes, that's another one. So moving to
Yes,
the
sir.
next guy on the list, here's one of our stars, Nick Bonnitto. He had 2 sacks this past week. So he's up past the double digit mark. He's been having one
Wow.
hell of a season. And I love watching Nick Bonnitto play. Every time he's on the field, he's box office, because you watch him line up on the edge, and that first step that he has, I
Yeah.
mean, he's got so much burst coming out of his stance. He flies around the
Yeah.
offensive tackles. So Bonnitto with 2 sacks, and he's got probably more double up sack games in his holster for the rest of the season.
Yeah, man. Nick Bonnitto been playing his ass off, Another Florida boy that I'm proud of. I see him really coming into his own this year. And Nick Bonnitto understands angles. He understands angles on the football field and rushing the passer. You can't just rush willy-nilly on the football field. There's angles that a defensive end has to abide by in order to get to the quarterback as quick as possible. So if you ever look at Nick Bonnitto, pay attention to how he lines up on the line of scrimmage. Pay attention to his angles on the offensive tackle. And that's how you'll see how quick he gets to the quarterback. And his first step is amazing. So adding all those things together, it'll make you a double sack guy every year. So Nick Bonnitto, man, keep balling, man. Continue to be successful, bro. We're watching you. You doing your thing, box office star, like Anthony said, and you coming into your own, brother. Another young dog that's coming into that big dog status, and I love it.
Me too, man. He's been so fun to watch, just his growth and development, and now he's really hitting his stride. And like I said, the ghost moves, the speed rushes, everything off the edge. He's a smart pass rusher, but he is a freakishly athletic pass rusher
Yeah,
too. So he's
for
always fun
sure.
to watch. So we're going to go to our next guy. This is our underdog of the week, Zach Sealer, defensive tackle on the Miami Dolphins. This is a guy that secretly, sneakily, has gotten to double-digit sacks each of the last 2 seasons, 10 sacks in
Wow.
2023, 10 sacks in 2024, and who knows, maybe he could push over the final month of this season, get double digits again. One of the sneakiest, best interior pass rushers in the league here, Zach Sealer with 2.5
Wow.
sacks.
Did we just put somebody on the map on Successful Podcast? Because, bro, I'm gonna be totally honest. I never heard of this kid, man, but I gotta go check him out. I mean, golly, his resume is very impressive. Very impressive, man. And like to get 10 sacks in the season is crazy. That's like top tier. And then doing it from a D tackle position is almost unheard of. I mean, those are Dexter Lawrence numbers. So seeing that and hearing that, man, Zach, keep balling, bro. Our underdog of the week, man. You deserve it, bro. I gotta go do my film on you, bro. Golly. You doing your thing over there, man. Keep going, bro. Keep going.
Yeah, you'll like what you see too from the film that I've watched on him. He's relentless, doesn't give
I
up.
gotta
He's one of
see
those
him.
players. He'll be all the way on the left hash, quarterbacks rolling out to the right, and he'll meet him over there. He's just constant
He's a
effort,
hustler.
which
I love it.
exactly we love the hustlers on this show. So
Yes,
next up
sir.
on the list, another Philadelphia Eagle. I think that's one, two, three. That's four Eagles that we had on this list. That's 40% of our list. Jalen
Wow.
Hunt had 2.5 sacks on Monday night.
Jalen Hunt, man, good job, brother. Way to ball. We always say, boy, it's hard enough to get one, but if you can get two, it's crazy. Three, dumb. So, man, good job on that, brother. Keep grinding, keep rushing the passer. We see you over here on this podcast, and this is our thing. We're gonna shout you out, especially when you double up. So, good job, man. Continue being successful, brother.
For sure. He's been having a good year, too. A couple weeks ago against the Chicago Bears, Jalen Hunt had an interception, edge rusher with a
Oh,
pick.
wow.
Then he follows it up with a 2.5 sack game a week later. So he's having a good couple weeks.
That's big, man. To affect the game, like we said, the edge rusher can affect the game in so many ways. But when you can get your hands on a pick, that's legendary. That's next level. So good job on that one, bro.
For sure. So he's been fun to watch this year. Next guy, number one on our list, our successful player of the week. That's going to be Al-Quadin Muhammad with the Detroit Lions. He had 3 sacks, a three-piece on Sunday afternoon.
Big Al, what's up, Al? Welcome to the show, baby. Successful, 3 sacks. Great job, man. Detroit is rolling. He got a great counterpart in Aiden Hutchinson over there. So listen. 3 sacks is amazing, man. You deserve to win Successful Player of the Week this week. You are doing your thing, brother. I've been watching you this year. I love what you bring to the table, your tenacity and rushing the passer. You keep that up, brother. You're going to put your name in the books as one of the greatest out here rushing the passer. If you don't know about Al, go look him up. One of the best ones doing that for Detroit. Him and Aiden has a great tandem over there, and that's why Aiden's been so successful, bro. You always gotta look at the other DN as well and see how they coexisting with each other, and it's a great marriage over there.
Absolutely. Gotta love good pass rushing duos because
Yes,
it takes a
sir.
team. It's a team sport for sure. And when you got one good edge rusher, like you said, look on the other side. Usually there's another good edge rusher helping him out, pushing the pocket one way. So Muhammad,
Yes,
big
sir.
shout out to him with the 3-piece. He's now got 9 on the season, 4 games left to play. Very good chance he goes into the double digits. So
Double
we got
digits
some
close.
yeah, real close. We've got some honorable mentions too that we want to give some shout outs to. First and
Okay, let's
foremost,
get it.
Miles Garrett. He got another one. He's playing. He's a man on a mission right now, Lucci.
Salute, Miles. You got it. You're running away with Defensive Player of the Year. You're running away with the Sack King of the Year. At this point, somebody got to do something. Spider Burns. Somebody got to do something incredible to even make it a game right now. So, what he's doing is historic, man. Like I said, Miles Garrett is a creative player. I said on this channel all the time. He's really a guy that has no weaknesses on the field because he's huge. He's fast, athletic. He's very smart. He's durable. I mean, bro, he got it all. He really has it all, man. And great job of always keeping his composure, of fighting through triple teams and double teams all day, bro. That got to be the most aggravating shit in the world. So as soon as I get off the ball, I got to deal with 2 or 3 people every time. Like you can't say nothing about it being fair because you're the best player in the world. So what you want them to do? So you just got to go out there and you got to eat your lunch. And he goes out there and he eats his lunch and he comes up with a sack every week, man. So what we watching, man. We watching the sack record. We watching it. We hoping that you get it, Miles, man. Keep doing your thing, brother. Keep doing your thing.
Yes, sir. That's what's so amazing about it too. Like you're mentioning he's double teamed, he's triple teamed all the time. They're constantly putting extra help to slow down Miles Garrett, and they just can't. Nobody could slow him down. 20 sacks
Mm-mm.
on the season. I mean, and he's got 4 games left to play. So let's see.
The only
He's
way you
coming for that
stop him, you
record.
gotta take him out the game. I mean,
Mhm.
that's it. Coach gotta just feel sorry for y'all and take him out, or he get tired. Other than that, bro, he's unstoppable. He's just
He
one of
really
those
is.
guys. So keep going, Miles.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. And so are some of these other honorable mentions that we got. Chris Jones, defensive tackle over in Kansas City. He's been good for a long time. Max
Balling.
Crosby, he had a sack as well. He's been on our list so many times. And so has Montez Sweat. He's been on the list a few
Yes,
times. So
sir.
a couple other stars getting involved and being successful.
I had a pleasure to watch all those guys play this weekend, man. It was beautiful. Max, keep doing your thing, relentless rusher. Chris Jones, and man, they using him on the inside, on the outside. He was a man on the mission this last game. So I mean, you guys just keep balling, bro. That's we coming to the last 4 games of the year. It's a battle for Pro Bowl. It's a battle for All Pro. It's a battle for your last name. It's a battle for pride. Don't just go out there and just put anything on tape. This might be an audition for the next team as well. So it's a lot of things to play for with these last 4 games left. But what I'm seeing out of the edge rushers, man, I love it. I love it. The game, the sport, the position is definitely elevating.
Yeah, me too, man. It's been a fun season so far. And like you said,
Hmm.
now they're fighting for Pro Bowls, they're fighting for playoff spots. These last 4
Yeah.
games, this is where that heat gets cranked up. So,
Yes, sir.
we'll be doing this show every week. We got an episode coming out. We'll be breaking down who gets a sack every single week. And so, over these last 4 weeks, all these guys are pushing for double digits, pushing for the playoffs and all that. It's going to be fun to break down those lists. So, I'm excited for it, Lucci.
Yes,
Thanks again for
sir.
joining me. Where can the people find you?
Find me on IG, man, S. McClover. Like always, you want to keep up with anything I'm doing in the community, any shows that I'm doing with Anthony, anything we're doing for Spider Burns, just keep up with me there. I drop everything on there. Keep up with me, man. We gonna keep going all year, man. We not stopping, me and Anthony. We own it. We own it. Trust me, man. We love it. We love doing it. We love talking about sex. So please tune in.
Yes, sir, definitely. And everybody, go check out the Hype for Life Foundation.
Yes,
I know,
sir.
Lucci, you've been working hard on that. You and Brian have been doing a lot of great work in the community. So,
Thank you,
everybody,
brother.
make sure to go check that out as well.
Thank you for that, Anthony. Y'all, please go check that out. Hype for Life for autism awareness, where we giving back to the families. We helping out around the globe. No matter where you at, man, just reach out to us and let's get some help coming your way.
Yes, sir. All right, so everybody, make sure you do subscribe if you haven't already, and check us out on Instagram at Sackcess Podcast. And we'll be back next week with another episode breaking down who's successful in Week 15. But until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.
Peace.